And we are live. Welcome back, everybody, to Waffle Board Breaks. First break since the reload. Spots were live on eBay from Tuesday to today. eBay threw me a curveball. I had a bunch of empty payments, and it looks like now they're just giving me notification of one payment. They don't give me a notification of individuals, which is helpful. But at the same time, I had a bunch of people that were looking unpaid on my sheet. I'm like, what are they doing? And then I had to obviously check my eBay account. I know some of you have like auto pays and stuff on your auction wins, but like I said, I had a bunch that I wasn't sure why they're unpaid because some of them are paid, but some of them weren't. But it looks like they're all paid in one invoice for each person, and I don't get notification from that, so I just get notification of one of the items. But everybody's good. Like I said, I got a couple open spots. I'm not going to force them on anybody. Of course, Freddie Anderson, let me remind you, is undefeated in the playoffs, 8-0. Obviously, it's Toronto Maple Leafs. Freddie Anderson, auto jersey. He's the starting goalie for the runaway freight train Carolina Hurricanes right now. Obviously, they're sitting home waiting to see who's going to take it home of the Buffalo, now hosting Game 7 against Montreal after getting off the mat and stomping on Montreal last night, 7 unanswered, including a couple, one internet goal and then one on the rookie. From the other rookie defenseman getting some minutes late for Buffalo, and of course he scores on Fowler, who came in to relieve Dobish. Dobos wasn't terrible last night, but Buffalo was on point. Their shots were amazing. Quinn came to life, didn't have a goal in the series, had 2 last night, including an absolutely brilliant top shelf snipe, one timer, not similar to what Marner did in the last game of that series, but not Marner, Nathan McKinnon. These absolutely filthy top shelf snipes, nearly unstoppable. Like these are big goalies too. Like Dobish is decent size, and of course we know obviously Wallstad is a big goalie, but these forwards, man, when they get the puck and they get more than a second to think about it, and they're just pinpointing with their shots. And that's how some of the goals went in. I mean, I think Dobish was not at fault, but I think he probably should have handled some of them. But once the wheels kind of came off that team, they were up 3-1, I think, and then that's when they yanked the goalie. I mean, Darlene scored in the first minute or two. They got 3 straight goals to Montreal. They pulled the goalie. They pulled Lyon and brought in UPL, and he basically held down the fort, didn't give up a goal, and they answered with 7 goals. The second period was all Buffalo, absolutely insane. They scored in the first minute and a half of the second period to tie it, and it was just pretty much, it's 3-2 after the first, just like the first game or the fifth game. But this one went in Buffalo's favor. Both road teams won game 5 and 6, but now they go back to Buffalo for game 7, and basically that's your prize for playing as well as they did all year long. Lindy Ruff is a future Hall of Fame coach, and he's got these guys believing in themselves right now after shaking off Game 5 and having to go back to the 21,000 throng in Montreal. Silenced them up within the second period, and then they were fouling out after the last couple goals. Obviously, Logan had Thompson had 4 points. Darlene with 5. I think that's the record for Buffalo Sabres in the playoffs. 5 points for Darlene, a goal and 4, goal and 3 for Logan Thompson. He's pretty, like I said, I feel he's mostly soft, but I mean he's a big boy, so and he's got an amazing reach and shot. So he said he's not going to be banging down low. He's not that type of player, but he's filthy when he's in space. And he had a big game last night. Quinn, like I said, came to life. The first 2 goals of the series. They were just, like I said, that team scored from the back end. Now they got another goal from the back end, 2 goals from the back end. The final goal as well as Darlene's. Obviously, what's the name? A double-digit goal Samuelson in the regular season. He got his first goal a couple games ago. So it's. I said that, and then that series is everything that we expected. Honestly, like I said, there was more goals in the last 2 games combined than in the entire Tampa Montreal series. I don't think either of these teams can handle what Carolina's got waiting for them. They're going to have to walk into the Carolina Fortress and try to figure out how to get in on goal because, Freddie sometimes looks like a new board back there, and they don't see any chances. It's just Carolina's a perfect unit right now. And their teeth have been cut from past failures. Like you said, they've gotten to this point basically a couple times, and they want it now to use it as a stepping stone to make a finals run, and then we'll see who they take out west. Of course, Vegas Golden Knights. I mean, it's going to be. I think they're going to have a good series with Colorado. I'm not sure if they can beat Colorado, especially if Stone doesn't come back. I mean, you're at the point now. It's attrition, man. You got to have depth, and Mark Stone is an invaluable member of that team. It's similar to what Buffalo right now. I mean, they're wondering where they're going to get. Some of the offensive players have started to step up. But as I'm saying, it's just these four teams pretty much deserve to be where they are, or five teams technically if you bring Montreal, Buffalo, winner, and Carolina. I told you all year long, those are the three best teams in the East. I felt Tampa was probably the fourth best team in the East, but we have the three best teams in the East all year long, top to bottom. Left, three of the teams fighting for two spots. Now West, I mean, Minnesota had a great season, valiant run. Of course, they ran into the Colorado Buzzsaw in the second round, even though they were the second best team. But I felt Vegas was down early. They had a lot of injuries they dealt with, and trying to get the consistency and the cohesion with the new players. Marner, his scoring was down this year, but he's a little bit more than just that to the team, and he's proven leading all scorers right now in the playoffs with points. I'm not sure if that needs to continue. Obviously, Jack Eichel needs to score more. He's been good, but he's obviously he led their team in points in the regular season. But like I said, they got a good, solid, deep defense too. Veteran players, Jose Theodore's. I mean, Jose Theodore's not Jose Theodore. That's the goalie. But Theodore, they're defensemen. These guys have Olympic experience with most of the guys on a lot of these teams. Like I said, we have gold or bronze medal, whether you're Canadian or the U.S. team, so or silver, gold or silver. So I mean, a lot of these guys have some, experience this year, but it makes your season longer. Having to play those hard physical games in the Olympics and then have it, go into your end of your season and make your runs. But these teams definitely are deserving of where they are. I have no problems. There's no surprise for out of left field team, and that's kind of what you want to see. You want it to shake out where you have the best teams left. And look at our goalies. And you talk about the big money goalies and the goalies that are left. I don't think anybody's making over like $5 or $6 million max. I think. Like you said, you got Freddie Anderson, Carolina, UPL, and Lyon in Buffalo. Obviously, you have Dobish in Montreal. Obviously, out in West, I mean, you have the several goalies they've used in Vegas, and same thing with Colorado's had a pretty decent even split over the year, and they've been able to bounce back and recover and back each other up when they've had bad games, even though they haven't had many bad games in the playoffs. But I'm looking forward to it. Vegas and Colorado is going to be exciting. Vegas has had obviously recent success. They were there as a new team right off the bat, lost in the finals to the Caps, and then they won their own cup. So we'll see if they can continue. Obviously, they have cup history recent. Colorado, of course, has won a cup in recent memory. Of course, Carolina needs to get over the hump to get there. Montreal, of course, has their storied history. Buffalo has had a tortured history, but they're looking to shake that with this new young unit. Like I said, they got some good players. Buffalo's fun to watch. I mean, like I said, it's not the same type of hockey as some of these teams play, but they got a good, deep team and some talented players. Whether you hate them, the Bensons, I mean, people that love to hate those type players. He's a hard-working player, and with offensive talent, and that's what they got. They bring you the Quins. They bring you, like I said, they're a good team. Obviously, it's. They have the Syracuse Legends. They're a fun team to watch. So, I mean, like I said, I wouldn't be upset if Buffalo was able to make a run and win a cup. Carolina, well, let's see if they could get back there at the anniversary of their last cup win. The first, actually, with the Cam Ward and the Eric Stahl and having his brother, the captain of this team. Montreal, of course, they're the new kid on the block with their young players. I'm not sure if they can beat Carolina. I'm sure Buffalo or Montreal are going to beat each other up in Game 7. I'm not sure if they have enough. Like you said, you got to get off the mat quick. I mean, you got Carolina waiting for you, and they're not going to hold back, in Game 1 and 2 at home. So if you can't steal 1 and 2 after surviving the Buffalo Montreal series, if you can't get off the mat and at least steal one of the first two in Carolina, it's going to be a long series. But Carolina's not going to give them much shots. They're not going to give them any chances. And like I said, they're ready. They know exactly what they want. They're laser focused. They're not just happy to be here type thing. They've had some recent failures that they can rely on for motivation, as well as, obviously Brendan Moore is got them set, ready to win. They're playing great in front of Freddie. Freddie's been great when he needed. And that team is just tough. Like I said, if that first line starts to click, the Stankova and Aho, if that line starts to contribute goals and power play goals, because they're really not clicking. But that's the first line, the Svechnikov and Aho, that line is not clicking. But the Stankoven, Taylor Hall, Reborn, and Jackson Blake, that line's been insane. So if that line continues to score at the rate they're doing, and that top line, including the top power play, starts to click, and then that team they're just going to steamroll. So I mean, obviously they're going to run into a weary. Obviously, Montreal played 7 games in round more defensive series against Tampa, and now they're going 7 games against Buffalo in round 2. Like, you played 14 games, and you're going to run into the top team in the Eastern Conference to having played 8 games. And they're not resting on the laurels. I'm sure Rod the Bod's got them pushing through practice. Like I said, it's never going to replace live game action, but they're not waiting around to see if who stumbles and bumbles into Carolina for game 1. So, and then Colorado, obviously they've been the best team in the league all year long. They're right where they deserve to be. That team is stacked. The bringing in guys like Kadri has been, that's the kind of players, they've using to whether they're somewhat dinged up players, but he's been great, dropped in to the first power play at times. Brock Nelson has been great. Obviously, he's a fantastic second-line center for that team. That just is one of the most underrated players in the league. But if you don't know him, you should know him by now, because his vision is amazing. Obviously, he jumped on the ice late. He saw they were man short, jumped on the ice, and got the puck over to McKinnon, who had all the time in the world before he roofed it on Wallstedt. So they're just a great team. You can't. They got a great coaching staff, up and down, not just the head coach, and their assistant coaches are all veteran players or long-time coaches. Colorado's just real tough, and like I said, that altitude can affect you, and this is where it has the most effect, is when you get to the playoffs and the teams coming in here, whether it's been a long series for them or whether they just haven't been in that altitude to practice. It does matter, and it will take effect. And the long games, if there's long games, anytime you get into overtimes, it's a factor. Like I said, it's not an unfair factor because that's their home, but we'll see what it is. So nobody's interested in grabbing the unsolds. I got 2 left there. I'm not sure we got people in here ready to break. It's going to be fun. We said we're doing 2 boxes tonight. We got 13 new ones to our 25 old to give us 38 total. So boxes, you got 1 in 38 and 1 in 37 odds tonight. Of course, it'll be down to 1 in 36 for Tuesday, 1 in 35 for Thursday. So just like normal, Tuesday and Thursday, Facebook claims. I was working on the spot price preview a little bit earlier today. And so I should have that up soon after the break. Of course, I got a lot of work to do. Got to enter the stuff for the next Sunday. eBay spots will start Tuesday, but I'll get the spot price preview up as soon as I can. And then, of course, I'll get you guys ready for Tuesday and Thursday. It should be fun. I'm looking to see what comes out, whether we have something that's been boxed up for 48 hours or whether something that's been boxed up for last couple of reloads. Like I said, we knocked out. We have 7, so we knocked out 10, I guess, from the last reload, 10 from each of the last 2 reloads. So this last reload was heavy in this bunch that we knocked out 10 of the 17. So there's 7 on the table from each of those 2. And then, of course, we got the 11 on the shelves before that. So we got a pretty full room tonight. The only new person, I do see Daniel. Daniel is new. He's got 1 spot. What up, Daryl? Nice to see you in here tonight. We have 1 completely new person that's never broken with us before. So Daniel R., see if he has some newbie magic to see if he hits his 1 spot. We got, like I said, I think 13 or so other people. Nick F is in. Shirley Mike A has hit recently. So, you've hit recently. Dale C's in. Bunch of nice spots. James M. Ron, of course, back for Sundays. Daryl L. Mike H. Larry V's got a spot. Thomas M's got a couple. Carl, welcome back. Carl, I haven't seen you in a little while. Stepped in and grabbed an unsold. Carl Z's got a spot. Anthony C hit recently. Hit last week with the Svechnikov. Anthony C's back in with a spot tonight. Oh, another Kane. He's looking keen. So he's not buying into the Freddie Anderson Leaf jersey, but he's got the Ahu All-Star jersey. So Ryan S has got one spot tonight. Welcome back, Ryan, one of our Sunday regulars. And Dan, of course, is new to us, and CK's got spots. So pretty good crowd. Like I said, 13 or 14 different people, one brand new person. So welcome, Daniel. Hopefully you come back, grab spots in the future. We break Tuesday and Thursdays on Facebook. We have an 8 p.m. Facebook time. Claim post goes live 8 p.m. Eastern time. The spot prices will be posted by the end of the night, and they will be good for each of the two boxes we do Tuesday and Thursday. So if you want to do that, Daniel, make sure you check out it's a Facebook group. No, it's a Facebook page, not a group. Don't get to join. You just search it and look and browse it over. All of our past videos are there. All the pictures of the current boxed up jerseys are there. And send any kind of notices I throw up there will be on the Facebook page. It's free. Anybody who wants to join, there's no, you don't have to join. Basically, just go in and check it out anytime that you want. So, what do you got? Oh yeah, you did say you got two more East Coast coming. Oh, I'm looking forward to seeing what you got, Daryl. Obviously, there's some big names. I think Big Al's only hit, I think, one of the no, he's had none. I don't think he's had any. Right? You hit the How. There it is. So Dale's grabbing the Freddie, feeling the Freddie, 8-0 in the playoffs. Dale C's grabbing the Freddie Anderson. There we go. I'm not going to force stepping on anybody, but thank you, Dale. Like I said, make sure you check out the page. If you have any questions, you can directly message me from there, and I can give you all the details and logistics. Like I said, all the pictures are there. I moved them down when they hit, so you can keep strolling. There's pictures going back for the last 3 years, all the jerseys we've had. So it's fun. Oh, there it is. Nick F going for the closer mojo. My boy stepping. There it is. We'll do that. So, okay, very good, guys. I appreciate it. Like I said, I don't mind if they go unsold, but I want to give you guys a chance for some closer mojos. So, what is he's over. That's it. He's over. So he's done at least, is he down to 6 or is he have 8 left? I think he's done at least 12. I don't know if he's done 14 boxes, but he has not hit a headliner yet. Of course, you hit the How, which is in your boxes. So it'll be interesting to see what you get out of yours. I'm looking forward to it. Like you said, I know there's a couple of jerseys I'm hoping you hit in your boxes because I would love to see them end up in your breaks. But at the same time, I am excited. I'm almost excited as you are for you to have those boxes to open up. So, of course, we're doing a claim at your room tomorrow, and then you'll break that on Wednesday. So I'm looking forward to that. So that's going to be fun. But there you go. Yeah. So, yeah, Daniel, if you have any questions, by all means, just message me at your leisure. Check out the videos. Check out the pictures. I try to do a good job of good pictures of the jerseys that are all boxed up. There's nothing else boxed up except what's on the Facebook page. And every jersey's here represented. I have zero idea where any jersey is except for box 17. That's the only box left from that run. That's the only box that we know is what is in it. As of right now, there's a 1-box run, 2 3-box runs, a 4-box run, a 7-box run, a 7-box run, and now 13 new boxes. So I can't tell without looking. I mean, I can guess if I start shaking the boxes, but I don't mess with them once they're sealed up and stacked up. So there's no funny business here at WAFFLEBOARD Breaks. I'm excited and surprised, just like you guys when we break them. So, but tonight we do 2. We're going to random for 2 boxes. We're going to random dice roll. You're going to see that, how we do that. Like I said, it's pretty standard. You know, we don't do anything out of the ordinary. We random roll for a box on the random.org, and then we pull that box number out, and then we do another dice roll for the second one. That way we don't necessarily have the same number of randoms for each box. So it's fun. Like I said, I wish, like I said, I try to get in the breaks that you guys, some of these guys are in here are breakers as well. I know Daryl, Nick, and Big Al, Both do breaks, either Yahoo, Facebook, whatnot. So, like I said, we try to support each other. I'm always looking for stuff, either whether it's for my PC or whether it's for my boxes. I know I've hit a couple recently at Daryl's, which are going to end up in the boxes here, so that was fun. But of course, I've hit also from his boxes that are nice in my PC as of right now. So it's good stuff. Like I said, we're a pretty fun community. It's pretty crazy. Tuesdays and Thursdays, you guys are pretty lightning fast with your claims. Of course, the post is all done by Facebook's clock. I don't control that at all. I enter it in, and then it's put up there 8 p.m. Eastern time, their clock. I mean, you guys do a lot of refreshing. Some of you guys have multiple platforms, whether it's phone, computer, tablet. And what have you guys have? Some of you guys have Voodoo Magic to get your spot claims, whatever it is. I was decent at it. I was never as great as some of you guys are. I know some of you guys get rusty after not being in regularly. I know Sonic used to be lightning fast, and then when he came back not long ago when he had time, he was not as quick. So obviously those claiming skills do atrophy, not being around or not being claiming in other similar rooms. But there's not many rooms just like this one. So you guys will enjoy the jerseys that come out of all past my personal inspection. They're vetted by me. Some even come straight out of my PC. But I love everything that goes in the boxes. Obviously, there's bigger names than some of the other names, but it's fun when they get a hit because some of these jerseys have been boxed up for quite some time. So it's fun when I see whatever comes out. So let's do it. Let's get going. Good luck. Like I said, I think that Big Al's got East Coast double box break. I don't know. I didn't see the listing yet on his Facebook page, but he has a double box break tomorrow. So there's a list of available names. Of course, whatever comes out of Daryl's future boxes, of course, will go away because that's a finite list of names in those boxes. And of course, we don't have all of them. I think it was a 65 box run, the series from Josh at East Coast. Big Al gets about 20 usually. And then, of course, Daryl had 6, and he's got a couple more coming. So, I mean, that means we've seen almost half that series, which is pretty cool. We've seen that. Like I said, I would track breakers in the past with the hit parade stuff. I don't think I ever saw a full 50% of a series of 100 boxes. I came close a couple times when there was many more hockey breakers. But here, we're just 38 boxes tonight. We get down to 24, 25, 26 before I reload. That's what we did before Thursday. We dropped down to 25. And then, of course, the 13 new ones are in here now. So could be a box that's been boxed up for 48 hours. Could be something that's been boxed up for months. The oldest boxes are from December. So we have a couple, I think 4 of the boxes are from December. One's early, 3 are late. And then we have the January, February, March, April, and now May reloads. So it's going to be fun. Let's get going, guys. We don't wait too long. There's no hockey tonight. So basically, I just got to listen to some tunes. Maybe, I don't know, so I'm going to find something to stream while I'm doing my post-break work. I like having games on. But, of course, we have tomorrow night is the Game 7, Buffalo and Montreal. I think Wednesday would be Game 1 of Colorado, Vegas. So nothing on Tuesday when we're breaking. Bummer. And then, of course, so we got Monday and Wednesday for the games. And, of course, I think Thursday is when the winner of Montreal, Buffalo will have to play in Carolina. So we'll be going back-to-back after tomorrow's Game 7. It'll be Wednesday night would be the playoffs. The semifinals start. I think it's every night after that they'll be having games. I didn't check the full schedule, but that's what it looks like. So going to be fun. Like I said, as a Bull fan, I'm not, tied to any of these 5 teams left, but I want to see good hockey, and it's going to be fun. So let's get going with our box tonight. Good luck, everybody. Let's see. Everything that you guys hit in the last couple weeks has been shipped out. I dropped off everything yesterday morning. Yeah, because I was working Friday. Yesterday morning, I dropped off all the outgoing stuff. So there was about 6 boxes. I had to actually go to 3 different places. I dropped one off of the U.S. Postal Service, post office. I dropped 3 at FedEx, and then That was a Walgreens pickup, and then one at the UPS store. So I was like, I wasn't even paying attention when I was generating labels. I think it was chicken picking like the lowest price. But then when I printed out the labels, I'm like, there's 3 different places. I was like, fortunately, it's not a lot of driving. I'm like, the money I spent on gas driving to 3 different outgoing postal locations, I probably could have just generated the labels off of one spot. But like I said, I use eBay shipping. I use Pirate Bay, so it's our Pirate Ship. So it's, whatever I can find, the cheapest rate. I mean, some of you guys, have, P.O. boxes, so that affects where delivery is. I know Daryl's able to get his stuff. He's in Canada, but he's able to get his stuff in New York, which is real helpful for everybody, his outgoing as well as his incoming. So keep an eye out for that. Your box is on the way. Shipping, I think everybody should have tracking numbers. If you need it, I can always drop it to you. But everything is in the mail as of right now. So good luck. Let's do it. Okay. Where's my randoms? It's going to be fun. Let's see if something brand new. See if something old. Like I said, 13 of the 38. So looking about 1 in 3. It could be a brand new box. We got 11 of the oldest boxes. 14. So 13, 14, and 11. So pretty much a 1 in 3 chance it could be under the runs. So let's do it. Okay. Here we go. You guys all know the drill. We do 5 or more on our dice roll for our first box. Boxes never change the order. They're in from the oldest. There's 1, there's 3, there's 3, and then there's 4, and then there's 7 and 7. And I just added in the new ones. 17 is skipped, of course. It's the oldest box. Then we ran 17. The new boxes start from 18, run all the way up to 30. So there we go. That's our boxes in order. 2 of those will come out tonight, and we'll get ready for Tuesday and Thursday. So let's do it. 5 or more in our dice roll for our first box is going to be 5 times. So 5 times the list for our first box. Good luck, everybody. See what we got. 1, 38 boxes. 2, 3, 4. And the first box is going to be box number 84. 84 is not old, but it's in the second to last reload, third to last. 5 times box 84. Let me see. Mark that down. 84. Okay. Oh, we got some good stuff. 84. Let's back that out. Okay. 84 is gone. Very good. Okay. 5 or more in our dice roll. See what we got. 6. So 5 times the first box, 6 times for a second box. Let's do it. 37 boxes. 6 times 1. 37 boxes. 2, 3, 4, 5. And the second box we're going to open tonight is going to be box number 18. 18 is the reload. So 1, well, actually the 7 and 13. That's the third to last, or second to last, and the reload. There we go. 6 times box 18. There it is. That's the very top one on the shelf. So let me back that out so it's not there for Tuesday. There we go. Get that going. Boom. Just like that. Let's back this out as well. There we go. Very good. 18. So there we go. 84 and 18. Okay. 84 and 18. 18 is the new one. 84 is here. There we go. 84 and 18. Let's see, where's my lists? Oh, Daniel's in the new run, so there is some new spot magic. Let's see if that happens. Let me see. Let me see if that overrides the closer mojo. 84 and 18. My lists. 98. And there wasn't unsold in that batch. There is some semi closer mojo. Okay. Like I said, you do have a closer. It does rub off on the other spots. So let's go. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let me see. Box 84. We'll do that one first. Box 84. This is from 2 reloads ago. So the newest reload is on the left. Last reload is the right. And the one before that is the center. And that's where this will come from. Box 84. Good luck, everybody. Cannot wait. We'll see what we got. Box 84 it is. Good luck. We got some big ones in here. Come on, guys. Let's see what we got. Box 84 is going to be. Woo-hoo! Woo! This is nice. Where's my spots? I don't even know who I got there. This is going to Daryl L. Very, very nice. Paul Stastny on the Reebok Colorado Avalanche. Paul Stastny. There it is. Stastny on the Reebok style. And let me see the COA on this one. COA on this. Pacific Coast memorabilia. There it is. Paul Stastny. Very, very nice. Check this out. I like the Reebok. The Reebok era Avalanche jerseys with the pointy numbers. There it is. Look at that. 26 on the Stastny. Very, very nice. Very, very nice. I'm sure that maybe end up in one of his boxes in the future. If it doesn't, you go to somebody he knows in a trade. Colorado Avalanche original styling on the Reebok. Obviously, our footprint on our sleeves. There it is. On the 26 with the pointy numbers. Legit old school style Reebok. Paul Stastny, obviously part of the Stastny long-time superstar family. Very, very nice. Paul Stastny on the Reebok. Congratulations, Daryl. Starting to hit some abs. We haven't had an ab hit in a while. There we go. Stastny is gone. Congratulations. Oh, yeah, like I said, I was a big fan of the abs back then. Like I said, a Popa fan, of course, and Stastny. I mean, that era, I said, I don't have a, my Blake is actually a Team Canada Blake. I wanted the Blake jersey because I'm a Norris trophy collector, and I couldn't decide if I wanted Kings Blake or a Abs Blake, and I decided I came across a Team Canada one. I said that solved the problem for me. So my Rob Blake is a Team Canada Blake. It's not either of the two teams that he won Norris Trophy with. So there we go. Congratulations. Love the Reebok stitching sleeve logo. Stastny, congratulations. Very, very nice. Sorry for everybody that didn't hit on that box, but we're up to box 18, and this box has been sealed up for about 48 hours. Probably not even. Maybe it's been in the box 48 hours. They've been sealed up about 18 probably. I think I sealed them up this morning or late last night. Either way, this one is We Hardly Knew You. Let's see what we got. We got a good batch of owners here. Some great jerseys. Good luck, everybody. Let's see what we got. I said I'm at a loss. I have zero idea what's in any of our boxes. And it is one of our Anders Lee Adidas alternate New York Islanders. Love this style. I actually just picked up a different player on the exact same style this afternoon, which is funny. So there we go. This is an AJ Sport COA. Anders Lee, current captain of the New York Islanders on the Adidas alternates. This is the beautiful NY with the 4 orange stripes to represent the 4 Stanley Cups of the New York Islanders. Inside the collar, of course, you have the outline of the Long Islands. There's your C. There's your NY. There's your orange stripes to represent the Stanley Cup championships for the franchise. I don't know what they're going to do. I guess they're hoping to win one with the Schaefer era in full effect, having won a unanimous Calder Trophy. Anders Lee, current captain of the New York Islanders on the Adidas alternate logo jersey. There we go. Congratulations. I have no idea who had that spot tonight, so I got to look at that as well. Well, congratulations to the winner. Where is our? Let's see. We got that one. Anders lead tonight going to Ryan S., one of our Sunday regulars. Ryan S., I think he was out. He wasn't in last week. He swooped back in tonight, grabbed the Anders lead, bangs it out. Congratulations, Anders lead going to Ryan S. Daryl L., of course, with the Stasny. 2 absolutely beautiful jerseys. The Anders lead barely had time to settle into the box, and it's gone. Like I said, I do have the exact same style jersey coming on a different player. That's not even in the mail to me yet. I just got that this afternoon. So congratulations on that. At least I'm not having another one of those Adidas alternates coming in. You guys did a great job. Thank you much. I appreciate the battles and the bids and the claims on the unsold stuff. You do a great job cleaning it up, getting us every spot claimed before the break. Now down to 36. Just like that, we're into the mid-30s. Usually we have a 17, 16 box reload, just 13 this time. That gives us 1 week short before we have to reload again. But like I said, I've been grabbing stuff last couple of days. I mean, I got stuff that's ready to go in. I got stuff that's now on the way to me, but we got a way to go before we get to that point. Of course, Tuesday and Thursday, Facebook claims. If you're new, if you want to jump into that, I'm not sure, Daniel, if you are ready to do that. It usually takes a couple of the Facebook claims before people get their bearings. But I fully welcome you to come in, jump in, and do claims. What happens is the list goes live. People in the comments make 1 claim per line, and I edit the list as we go. Usually after the first 10 or 15, I'm able to take a breath and actually edit the available list. But you guys, most everybody in the room has tried and true veterans of the process. So there's not, I mean, there's a lot of times there's double claims. It's always the most recent claim, or the oldest claim gets the spot. I'll give a like to the valid claim and a smiley or a crying face to the invalid claims. But like I said, once you do a couple, you get into the groove. It's fun. I've been doing it that way many years, of course, as well. The eBay is something that I've been eBaying for a couple decades now. So this way of doing jerseys is what we've been doing. Both. I like to offer, because some people don't do eBay. I don't know really who doesn't do eBay, but some people don't do eBay, so we have to give them an option on Tuesday and Thursday. Some people can't do Facebook, whether it's because of their job or whether it's because they don't have a profile. So they can't do the claims on Tuesday and Thursday, so they do just eBay. But I welcome, everybody with whatever system you do to claim jerseys. I'm more than welcome to have you guys in. So congratulations very much, Ryan S. I don't know if he was in the room here. Sometimes he stops by live, but congratulations on the Anders Lee, captain of the New York Islanders, and congratulations, Daryl, on the Stasny. Yeah, if you want to keep that, like I said, that's definitely PC worthy. I mean, you don't see. I mean, that's, like I said, you don't see the pointy numbers. That's something that's cool from that era of abs. And since you were a Stasny fan, it's definitely worth keeping for yourself. Unless you later down the road, you might feel it has to get boxed up if you start to suffer for stuff to get in boxes. But it's a cool jersey. So I'll be boxing this stuff. Won't be sending anything out till at least later this week. But I'll get them ready to ship, both Ryan and of course, Ryan, I might actually ship his now, because I don't think I'll be available to ship for him this week. I'll be shipping everything probably Saturday afternoon. So, but congratulations. Both these real beautiful. We're down to 36 for Tuesday, 35 for Thursday. I'll get working on my post-break stuff and get the spot price preview up as soon as possible. Of course, these won't be on that list, and they won't be entered on eBay. So thank you much, everybody. Enjoy the game. Game 7 tomorrow night, Montreal and Buffalo. Go Swords! And we'll see if we'll get everything started, obviously, Wednesday, Colorado and the Golden Knights. So thank you much. Enjoy the beginning of your week. Waffleboard Breaks is out of here. Take care, guys. The bird just